So this is an experience from Bangladesh, how ICT is working for poverty alleviation. And I was introduced already. Why it's not working? That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I've been working in the development sector for last 20 years, and most of my work's related to the community resilience, to climate change, technology transfer, and currently it is today I'm the disaster risk financing coordinator and the coordinator for ICT and development with Oxfam. My passion is science policy practice basing. I love this. So in the SDG 1, we have Oxfam has number of interventions that actually address towards the SDGs. So Bangladesh, progress of Bangladesh is continuous, and Bangladesh is a rising economy, and for many years, even in the COVID time, our economy is a bit better, and due to COVID, there is an increasing number of people getting. I mean, there are more people coming poor, but Bangladesh's progress with the leadership of the current government is quite better. If I think on this rural development of Bangladesh, here at least 48% forces of the country is in agriculture, and rural population is more than 80%, even instead of this urbanization. And rural people are comparatively poor than the urban. But there are challenges, new challenges here. One is the climate change. And because of this climate change, it's a huge development. More females are in decision making because and migration rate is so we started one project in 2015 with Monash University, Information and Change, following the method of the action research. So what we did, actually, we designed the project with community, with rural community. And then the community with the scholarly community and the experienced development worker and with support of government policies has designed some intervention that what we can do. And we finally found that, okay, this is in agriculture of Bangladesh, there are new innovation to cope with the climate change. And agriculture is the backbone of economy, rural economy. So that we need to manage the knowledge of new technologies that are coming in agriculture. I mean, in Bangladesh, to adapt to the climate challenges, now many crops being introduced, many new hazards already. So we implement this project. For first 2 years, we actually piloted this, and for the next 3 years, we evaluate this. The project being implemented in the coastal area called Shamnagar, it's very extreme coast of Bangladesh. Another is chorland. Chorland is actually one type of land which is on the bank of a river. The soil is very sandy. And the Howard Basin. Howard is a special type of back swamp found only in Bangladesh and some part of India. So we trained 300 rural women how to use the action research tools and trained them using in this project. There are 5 PhDs fellows with Monash University, and 9 Bangladesh University has 42 researchers of master's level. So why we choose this information technology for the rural economy of Bangladesh? Because more than 50% in the rural area of Bangladesh, if you visit one village, it's not only the half of the population is not women, more than half of the population, because males are migrating to other parts, other urban areas for earning. So, and there are some religious things too. So how is the mobility of women in Bangladesh? We had a study and we found that average rural women in Bangladesh move 2 kilometers from her residence. And this one is average. And why they go? They actually go to the crop field. So if we want to help them knowing the adaptation in agriculture and coping climate change in agriculture, we need to reach within 2 kilometers of them. That's why women themselves decided, okay, why not the mobile phone? This is on hand. So we provided the mobile phone to them, and we then started generating information on climate change adaptation. And then we found the challenges, actually, because the crops are new. The universities who are generating knowledge on agriculture, they are doing on the major crops, but people started cultivating some minor crops, even some wild variety, which was wild only 5 years before. Now they got a new market, and they added a value chain. Yeah. So informations, there is lackings of information. Then we started generating the SMS and calls for them, and they opened the Facebook pages. And we conducted 7 types of adaptation practices they started. And one app is called Krishi Sheva apps. With one university, we started this, and where they can got the information about their agriculture, about their crops. Another one on the maize, which is we call the Bhutta. This is with Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Agriculture University. As male members are not in village now, and women has to take care of the cultivation of the maize, and there is a knowledge transfer gap. Usually the agriculture knowledge goes from father to the son, like that way. Women, they know they contribute more than 50% in agriculture, but on preservation of seeds, managing the market and everything. But on the field cropping, this is a bit new for them. So that the Bhutta apps helps them, that they can easily know where the disease is, what they have to buy, what are the remedies, everything. And then they decide, the woman from this, one woman so that in mobile Android, they can use the weather apps. So from DIMLA, they decide, okay, why don't we start some agrometeorological information? If the status of this standing crop and the information available on, the prediction available on weather is blended together, then it's easy to provide them agrometeorological information in a simplified way. So the project started. And we found that 3/5 of this women farmer had a good capacity of using the mobile phone. We haven't trained them that much how to use everything of a mobile phone set. So around 94% women farmer has low to medium use of mobile phone on climate change adaptation. That means knowledge management with the mobile phone on agriculture has a good potential. And some newspaper also reported that the crop production has increased. But the problem is the time management for women and the ownership to the device. As we support, it was a pilot from this project. After 5 years of our project, we found that in that area, most of the male members start having the mobile phone, because nowadays mobile phones are cheap, but the women having mobile phone or the new sets of mobile phone, the rate is very low. And there are sometimes we can enjoy the knowledge, but we found that women are that much busy for their household works, so they can even enjoy their new knowledge and right to decision. Till yet, women has the knowledge of adaptation agriculture, but the decision making rights belongs to the male members. So what are the difficulties of developing the agrometeorological and advices on agriculture using the mobile phone? The thing is, Bangladesh is very small country compared with other countries, but the ecological diversity is too high. The country has 30 agroecological zones. The mango production, this is one failure that we have recorded from our project. The project designed that advising on the mango, which produced in Chapai Nawabganj. Most of the books and literature of Bangladesh written on this mango describe every production on the Chapai Nawabganj area, because this is the prime zone of mango production. So based on that, the project designed some advocating on the mango varieties, new varieties, because mango cultivation has increased. Instead of cultivating paddy, people are converting their paddy land to the orchards. But when we provided them the information, then we found that it's already late for another part of country in the coastal land, Satkhira, where the same varieties actually flowering earlier. So this was one challenge. So for the designing of agrometeorological advices, we found that it needs to do very locally, because the local context needs to consider, and that's why it's become really expensive. So how this information technology helped the community? So this is one in the Howrah Basin. They started one form of cultivation which is very new, and this was very common in Nepal. The team, the researcher and the project staff members and the community members, they visited Nepal once, and they found that in the hilly area of Nepal, they're cultivating using some plinth. They called it tower, and they learned it, and they did it replicate it in the Howrah Basin, completely different ecosystem. The thing that was practiced in the hill, they started in the Howrah, in a wetland area. And the annual income increase for a poor family for 5,970 Dhaka. This is quite a good amount for extreme poor. And what happened because of this information management and how it's contributed in the rural economy? It was found that comparing with the 2014, the crop production has increased 8 to 10% because of following the agrometeorological advices they got on the mobile phone. And one is the empowerment, women empowerment, the capacity of women in decision making. While she has knowledge, now people are respecting her. And some of our women has been working as the knowledge hub for the rural community, as they know about livestock, about fisheries and other things. And government has already recognized 7 of our uh, uh, participatory action research animators with the Joita Award. Joita means the woman who has done very different and who has win. So this is one. And now the Joitas are mobilizing the community as they have already created some example. So why the project got the success using this mobile phone? That we consider the entire information ecology of a rural of village. We tried to engage universities, illiterate community who has no literacy but has huge knowledge. Now they're working as an citizen scientist with the university researchers. We linked market. We linked the ministry. What we did from this project to addressing the rural, to make the ministers and the policymakers know about the rural situation, the project organized some dialogues with the rural community women and the ministers. So we tried to bridge this from the parliament to the local union council. And this was by the rural women who had been trained on using the information technology and action research. And how it's sustained. We had evaluation on the 5 essential elements of life. That the rural women, when they started the project, how well was their economy? Then this scored only 2. If we look at this web graph and their social status, they scored them 2, but now it is 4, and this is their scoring. This is not that how the rural community feel that they have developed themselves. Apart from using that research, we also try to introduce the tabloid pieces with the community, and the community is using Facebook, emails, Googles, those, and they've been only remotely facilitated. We need not to invest that much. We need to invest extra staff there. So what we are seeing that within this COVID situation, now everybody is communicating through the information technology that we started 5 years earlier, with how the rural community can do this. And this is the social media activity. One thing is there are some challenges that we faced. That one is the security. There are example. We had one incident that then we decided, okay, to promote the information technology in the rural area, the security and the literacy on the information security is an essential thing. Then the women, all of them are trained to how to use the social media safely in a secure way. But there are some challenges because that I mentioned earlier. One is the generating information using the ICT is quite expensive because that needs the authentication, that needs the research on this. And that's why we recommend that, okay, the learning that we have in Oxfam has in Bangladesh, other country, and one example came from Linda's when she shared her presentation, that Kenya started mobile money banking very earlier in different form. So different knowledge in different countries that can be, we can compile this and we can start replicating this. Everyone needs to do new researches everywhere. So that's one of our, and the project has recommendation on that how the information technology can work for rural development. The one thing is that developing the digital content targeting the rural community. This is one, and that needs to be relevant, trusted, reliable, comprehensive, accurate, and timely information. My last recommendations, actually, that was asked that what is our policy recommendation? In Bangladesh, we started a number of government started number of interventions to introduce information technology to the rural women. That we have a project called Tapas. But the thing is that our recommendation is mobile phone is a personal device. So if we help the women, rural community having access and control of women, not when we said it is an overall community, then the number is quite nice. But when we try to identify that how much benefit and how much control of control women has on the information technology, this rate is very low. So our recommendation from the project is ensure the access and control of women on the use of information and communication technologies. So thank you. I highly appreciate and hopeful that we will start mobilizing the government, that the government will ensure that all the government mechanism will help the rural community having individual